Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Now, do y'all remember a couple years back, all these people, these average educated, only high school, maybe graduated people, grown folks hollering, minimum wage need to be raised. I work at McDonald's, I'm making minimum wage, and I can't afford to pay my rent. And everybody was saying, yes, minimum wage needs to be raised. I myself said that minimum wage needs to be raised because if inflation is going up for whatever crazy reason, if they're telling us that you need to make $17 an hour in the great state of Texas to be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment, and minimum wage is $10 less than that, that's a problem. The minimum wage needs to go up. Now, minimum wage, from what I remember, was not created for you to live off of. Minimum wage is really for, like I say, those people who haven't graduated high school yet. People trying to start off. Let's say that. People trying to start off with no high school job. That's what I think minimum wage should be. You paying minimum wage, those are people who are like under 18, still in high school, or maybe even college, and trying to work their way through college. The price of everything is, it all balances out. If you're at home, you make a minimum wage, hey, you make a nice little check, $200-$300 a week. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you need to, save money, buy your clothes, save money to buy a car, build you some money up so you can get that apartment, eventually, and go from there. I mean, back in my day, you could get a 1-bedroom apartment, all bills paid for $425 in the hood. Shit, I did it. You can make $6.50, $8 an hour and working at a warehouse and pay your bills and take care of your family. And you know what I'm saying? And you straight. Get your little penny raises every couple of years. But you use it as a stepping stone. At least that's what I did. I used it as a building block for, for me and my family and stuff like that. So, I mean, it took time, it took effort, but eventually I got to where I am now and still trying to climb. But nowadays things have changed. Like I say, inflation is a killer. So, like I say, minimum wage, you're not supposed to try to live hog to hog on minimum wage, but you should be able to at least take care of yourself to start out with, and then you build on it. Get your nice little apartment in the hood and move on up. But the way inflation is and the prices of rent that you, like most apartments, you gotta have now all apartments, you gotta have 3 times the rent, and there's no law with rent control. And so now people are really struggling. They have to go back and live at home with their parents, or can't leave their parents' house, which, I mean, nothing wrong with that, because a lot of these youngsters don't need to be out here in these streets in the first place. They still need some guidance, right? So anyway, with all that hollering and everything, now, a lot of states are saying we're raising minimum wage and everything is cool. But I always want to say, don't think that they're going to raise minimum wage and everybody's going to be able to keep their job. I said that and knew that. It was just common sense. If I'm making a certain amount of money with a certain amount of employees and they're making a certain amount every hour, and then the government is making me raise their pay, right? So now they're going to be making more money, which means it's going to put less money in my pocket. And so now I got to offset that somehow. I can either raise prices with my product, which is most likely without fail, a question is going to happen. And I'm going to have to let go of some employees, because everybody can't get paid $15 an hour. Just can't do it. If I start you out with 2 people, it's $7 an hour, and now I got to go to $15 an hour. Well, I'm going to drop one of y'all. And then I'm going to try to cut benefits as much as I can to try to save that money, because I'm not going to take from my family to give to somebody else. Excuse me. I got to keep my livelihood going just like you do. You trying to increase, I'm not going to decrease. So what we're going to do, you got to let somebody go. I'm going to go and invest in some robots that can flip burgers. I'm going to invest in some kiosks that y'all can just come push buttons and make your order. Put your order in and we'll bring it to you. Hell, I might even invest in robot waiters and waitresses, so I ain't got to hire nobody. That's just what's going to happen. There's no way around it. So my people, you're going to have to, as I said before, you can get your butt back in school somewhere and learn a trade, or go get a degree that's going to make you some good money. I guess you're going to have a good, stable career, or, start your own business at a young age and try to build on that too. But for the most part, you're going to have to go back and get that degree or learn a trade so you can make that bread for yourself, because these hands-on, these jobs, these non-skilled jobs are going to go away. If they're not going to go to the foreigners or illegal immigrants or whatever, or the Hispanic community or South American community or Ukrainian non-American citizens, if they're not going to go there, they're going to go to the robots. It's simple as that, because you ain't going to be able to afford to work at these places. But anyway, let's get into the story real quick. It says McDonald's is raising menu prices after minimum wage increase and customers are furious. Quote, I hope they go bankrupt. Why? Why you want to go bankrupt? Because they raising prices? They got to. It's business. You got to understand business. A person is not in business to go out of business, to be poor and broke. That's the case. They're going to need to go get a job somewhere, with regular people. Just step your game up, get your business started, and you can do what you need to do. McDonald's is raising menu prices again. Over the past 2 years, McDonald's has increased the price of almost everything on the menu. And this time they're saying it's because minimum wage is increasing. It's not the first time customers have complained about menu prices at McDonald's, whether it be in a Reddit thread, viral TikTok, or Instagram posts. Customers are taking to social media to express their dismay. And this time is no different. It says California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill on October 13th to increase minimum wages for fast food workers to $20 an hour by April the 1st, 2024, which is 6 months from now. Less than 3 weeks later, on October 20th, McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski announced that menu prices in California will be increasing as a response. Though he hasn't said specifically what the price increase will be, it's coming, and it's coming soon. Certainly, there's going to be some element of that does need to be worked through with higher pricing. Business, y'all, he said in an earnings call. In a different earnings call with investors, McDonald's CFO Ian Borden said that even prior to the minimum wage increase, menu prices have been going up. That's just inflation right there. In fact, by the end of this year, the price of menu items will have increased by 10% since the start of the year. So say the burger costs $1, it went up to $1.10 by the end of the year. Everybody see that. I know Whataburger, taquitos, when I used to get those. I remember when they used to be like I used to get 2 of them for like $4.25, and now it's like $7 and something. So prices are ridiculous, and this isn't even the first time they've done it. In 2022, McDonald's net income rose from $1.9 billion to $2.3 billion, and much of that increase can be attributed to strategic increases in menu prices, which for many customers are outrageous. Well, also in business, you have to prepare. When you got people who do market analysis, who look at the economy, pay attention to where the economy is and where it's going. That's why I say you need to get your Wall Street Journal so you can read this kind of stuff. They see what's coming, so they got to prepare. You don't wait. In any aspect of life, you don't wait till a tragedy hit before you react. If you got a car, best believe the car, something's going to happen to it. Best believe it's going to need gas. Best believe it's going to need tires. It's going to need oil change. It's going to need spark plugs. Something is going to go out, the gasket's gonna go out, the battery is gonna need to be replaced. With the price of these alternators, it'll be a while, but these alternators gonna be replaced. Things go out, cars get stolen. You have to prepare for that ahead of time. Start saving a little bit at a time in a savings account for that rainy day. But when that car is on the side of the road and you got money to have it towed and looked at and fixed. Same thing with business. When you're in the business, you know that inflation is going to hit. You know, one day, like I said here, you know, the minimum wage is going to go up. When those things happen, you have to be prepared for it, and you got to adjust your business and your life accordingly if you want to stay in business. One customer in Idaho was charged $16 for a Big Mac combo meal, which includes a Big Mac, a medium fry, and medium soft drink. Another in Connecticut was charged $18 for the same order. For many, it's just not worth it anymore. It isn't. You remember back in the day when you was hungry, McDonald's you can go to, dollar menu, Jack in the Box. It had like dollar menu. These are places you can go when you were hungry and needed to eat and had no money. If you got $1, you can find $1 in your ashtray. You had a Crown Royal bag under your seat. Shoot, you can, buy you a nice little meal for a couple of dollars and you straight. $5, you can buy you a meal for 2-3 days. But now, $16 to $18, $12. I know down here, I think Wendy's, from these Wendy's meals, I know they running about $12, $13. I mean, that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. They say in an Instagram post from TMZ announcing McDonald's intentions to continue raising menu prices, fans took to the comment section to express their anger. What's the point of a wage increase if you increase everything else too? One customer asked. Makes no sense. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If the cost of doing business goes up, the cost of making money has to go up too. You have to offset that cost. If you don't, you will not be in business long. You can only do it for so long, and then you have to make changes so it makes all the sense in the world. Don't worry about the 1.9 and the $2.1 billion revenue they got. That's none of your business. Well, how much money they make is none of your business. What you got to understand is they make money and they're not going to reduce how much money they make. It's just not going to happen. Not in a capitalistic society. I'm sorry. They were going to raise the prices anyway. They just want to use the wage increase as an excuse. Another customer commented. Could be right. They have been doing this and will continue to use minimum wage increases as an excuse. What's crazy is that all these big corporations can afford to keep their prices low if the people at the top making millions of dollars take a slight pay cut. One person said in a lengthy comment. Man, who wrote this? Anyway, if you see this, I don't know who edited this, but no, let's blame it on the people who are actually doing the hard work and barely making a living wage. What's the point in raising minimum wage just to raise the cost of living? Another ask. Needless to say, customers are not happy. And I mean, if you got a problem with it, stop going. I mean, you need to eat at home anyway. Stop eating out so much anyway. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, come on, let's just be honest. People go out too much and they taking advantage of it. Like, shoot, if you're gonna come out and eat, we're gonna charge you, and you ain't gonna stop going out. So what you complaining for? You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something about it, stop going. Cook your burgers at home. Go to your grocery store, buy the same ingredients you got there. Hell, make your own burger. Spice it up some. Make it a personalized classic at home that your family would love to eat more than they would like to eat that fake food at McDonald's. Let's be honest. But people, you just in a capitalistic society. That's how business goes. Man make money. Man is not about, he got to pay his employees. He is not about to take a pay cut. Because if he take one today, they're going to take one tomorrow. And you're going to keep expecting him to be on your level and he own the business. That's not how the game works. I'm sorry. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. Go learn your trade. Get your valuable degree to where you can make at least 6 figures somewhere. So the stuff like this don't really affect you. Because like I said, that manual labor, the non-skills jobs, American citizen, if you got them, you ain't gonna get paid much, or you ain't gonna have them. They're gonna replace everything with robots. So learn you a trade, get you some AI skills, some coding skills, and keep up with everybody. Keep up with the rest of the world. Don't sit there and think people gonna feel sorry for you and gonna go backwards. No, only you going backwards. But anyway, leave your comments below, share it with the world. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.